This is a story about my buddy John Pearson, a white man that we went together to service together. We met up at Phoenix Industrial Center, and from there we went to Fort Lewis, Washington. From there we got trained to be a soldier. We low crawled in the rain. We did parallel bars. We did hand-to-hand combat. We lived out in the wilderness and that survival training. And from there, uh, we got a E1 promotion, and from there we went to Fort Eustis, Virginia. In Fort Eustis, that's where we trained to be a helicopter crew chief, gunner, and mechanic on a UH-1D helicopter. And there, it was all human. That's why we call it useless. When we did PT, we had to go out there and break starch again before we went to class. We marched, I'd say, about 2 miles to the class. From there, we learned how to do safety wire. We learned how to track the blades. We then learned how to do everything you have to do with a helicopter. And we stayed there for about 13 weeks from there. Then we graduated, and they went down the line telling me, you, and you go to Vietnam. You and you and you and you go to Korea. We just happened to be the one part where they picked us to go to Korea. We went on the flight. We stopped in Hawaii, Guam, and on the Korea, Seoul, Korea, matter of fact. And it took us about 24 hours. We left at 7 o'clock and arrived 7 o'clock the same day in Korea. It was cold there. It was snow everywhere. We almost turned into a drunk because we were drinking alcohol just to stay warm. We crewed in all kinds of weather. We flew, we tracked blades. We flew up through the Ho Chi Minh Trail. The DMZ. That's between the North Korea and South Korea. That's where all the fighting was at. And we did all kind of different things. We went to the boonies. That's where all the people come up there and try to sell us every little thing, the villagers. And then we came on back home and got comfortable and waited out the weather. We cooked all kind of ramen noodles and things on the stove. That was our only thing we had to eat while we were in the hooch, because it was cold. It was too cold to go anywhere else to do anything. So we did that. And from there, we got orders to go to Thailand. And when we got to Thailand, we was flying with special missions with Air America, them blue and white airplanes and helicopters. And when we were with them, we were soldiers. But when we wasn't flying with them on missions, we was put up in hotels and things in Bangkok in civilian clothes and have had all kind of good service. But when it got serious, we put on our army stuff and got in our helicopter and flew on missions. We flew into Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Korea, and Thailand, all over Thailand. But every time we flew over the Ho Chi Minh Trail, they threw everything at us, including a 30 Mike trying to knock us out of the air. And one time they even flew a MiG at us trying to knock us out of the air. But we got back to Thailand safe. And then about 6 months later, Tricky Nick pulled the cutback. So I had orders to go to Hawaii, but I decided to go back to Korea. And that's what I did. I believe my buddy John Pearson went on to Hawaii. But I lost track of John, but that was my buddy. And we went all the way to service together. When everybody else didn't want to accept him or accept me, it didn't matter. Because we didn't believe in no prejudices, because we were from Arizona. That's the difference. They was from the South. That's what they believe. Blacks not supposed to be with the whites. Whites not supposed to be with the blacks. And that's about all I got to say on that matter. Thank you.